the Islamic State held about a third of Syria and 40% of Iraq. By 2017, ISIS had lost 95% of its territory, including its two biggest properties, which are Mosul, Iraq's second largest city, and the northern Syrian city of Raqqa, its nominal capital. But the terror group is attempting a comeback, and a top US general's warning has set alarm bells ringing. The head of the US-led coalition fighting ISIS has said the terror group's operations across West Asia are being strengthened by the fallout from the war between Israel and Hamas. Major General Joel Vowell, who leads the mission against ISIS in Iraq and Syria, said there had been a 200% rise in suspected attacks by the group in the past 3 months. As per the US general, the strikes of Iran-backed militias in West Asia have forced counter-ISIS troops to focus on defence. General Vowell said, and I quote, "The focus on defence has allowed, at the tactical level, ISIS cells to start doing more things." He cited an uptick in attacks in Syria and Iraq in the last 60 days in particular. Well, let's take a look at the terror group's new tactics in Asia. ISIS has switched tactics since the collapse of its caliphate and a string of other setbacks in West Asia. Once based in Syria's Raqqa and Iraq's Mosul, the group took refuge in the hinterlands of the two fractured countries. Its fighters are scattered in autonomous cells, its leadership is clandestine, and its overall size hard to quantify. The UN estimates the overall size at 10,000 fighters in ISIS heartlands. As per Iraqi government security officials, the movement went underground and formed sleeper cells that launch hit-and-run attacks. All key foreign fighters fled Iraq for countries such as Afghanistan, Syria and Pakistan. Most have joined Islamic State's Khorasan branch, which is active along Iran's border with Afghanistan and Pakistan. The group has been in decline in Yemen. ISIS extremists have carried out a string of attacks on Turkish soil, including against a nightclub in Istanbul in 2017 that left 39 people dead. Well, let's now analyse ISIS's presence in Africa. The terror group has made its mark in parts of the continent. In Libya, where it once held a strip of territory, the group is weaker. However, it could still exploit the country's ongoing conflict. A UN report last year estimated that in Egypt's Sinai province, there may be between 800 to 1,200 fighters loyal to ISIS. In Uganda, militants from ISIS-allied democratic forces have staged a series of attacks in recent months. The group that started as an uprising in Uganda has largely moved its operations to neighbouring Democratic Republic of Congo, where it has staged multiple attacks. Several other groups have pledged allegiance to ISIS in West Africa and across the Sahel. Affiliates have control of large areas of rural Mali, Niger and northern Burkina Faso, and also into North Africa. In January 2023, the US military carried out an operation that killed a senior ISIS leader in northern Somalia. A UN report raised concerns that groups like ISIS could exploit the political instability and violence in Sudan.